All right. Welcome everyone to the OG Social Network podcast. Thank you for coming on this little special event today. I just wanted to say I apologize about yesterday. We had to postpone our interview with Teresa Yarborough yesterday, and we are going to reschedule. So we should be all right in that regard. So we will let you know how that will be going on and let you know the dates ASAP. Upcoming events definitely are going to be a beautiful podcast with Regent Wanda L. James. That'll be, excuse me, everyone. I had a very long day yesterday, so it's been kind of crazy trying to make sure that everything goes forward, and I have to play catch up again. We have a very special podcast with Regent Wanda L. James tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. She is in Colorado and is running for Congress for the Colorado District 1. Also, I want to also give a big shout out to Reverend Kelly over at Kelly's Green Lounge TV. And again, my apologies with cut out here. It is the 420 Festival and Summit, April 19th and 20th at the Old Stone Inn Boutique Hotel in Niagara Falls. This will be in Ontario, Canada. I am invited to go there and speak. I'm looking forward to that. So I am really, really excited about it. Thank you so much. Getting back, though, to something, this is a short podcast. It's not something crazy, just a community event. One thing I do want to give a shout out to is to Cherry Valley growers. We smoked this grape stomper yesterday, and it brought back memories. Thank you so much. You're amazing. We're going to be coming back out. Wet Bod Distributors is their distributor, and they're amazing. And I also want to give a special shout out to Finest Buds in Depew, New York, not far from Buffalo. Gave me some Jeters as well. These were very nice, pretty tasty. Thank you so much. So again, the 420 Festival, April 19th and 20th. And there's so many other stuff going on too in the cannabis industry that everyone needs to, keep abreast of. We're talking about On the Revelry on the Revelry on Hudson and New York City. I also believe CMB is going to be happening, MJ Biz, or MJ Unpacked, in May in Atlantic City. But again, what I really do want, big shout outs to everyone, okay? Peace and love. Lewis, thank you for allowing me to help you yesterday. I'm glad that worked out. Louis Ortiz is the owner of Wet Bod Distributors. Distribution, they're amazing. They do a great job, one of our sponsors. But this show is really about what's going on and what I read in the New York Times. And it's kind of disconcerting, and definitely what has been going on in the market, in the cannabis market when it comes to predatory practices in the community. I do know that this was a shocker when I read it this morning and blew me away. It is regarding Housing Works helping Matawana to open up a weed shop. Now they're suing Matawana for $2.5 million. That's fucking crazy. It's like what are we doing here? So when I read the article, did some research, remembered some notes I had. I too wrote a 3-part essay, or pretty much an op-ed on this situation. And it's like, wow, okay, okay, what's going on here? So I feel that the article will be up on my website. Part one later on tomorrow, part two uh, Saturday, and part three on Sunday. But I do need to, discuss to the community, about what's going on and how I feel this affects generational wealth in BIPOC communities. So I do want to say, I'll start this off from the beginning. Peace and cannabis to the New York cannabis community and those who believe in the promise of true social equity. We find ourselves at a crossroads that feels all too familiar. As I sit here looking at the latest reports, including the recent New York Times article, investigation into the Housing Works dispute, I can't help but feel a profound sense of deja vu. We were promised a first in the nation equity model, a way to repair the damage done by the war on drugs. Instead, what we're witnessing is a sophisticated, multi-layered assault on BIPOC and women-led businesses. This isn't just about bureaucracy or growing pains. This is about intentional extraction of wealth. It's about modern day extraction through predatory mechanics designed to ensure that those who built this industry in the shadows are never allowed to own the light. In part one of today's series, The High Costs of Equity, we're pulling back the curtain on the vultures, the multi-state operators, MSOs, and registered organizations, ROs, and the state-sanctioned debt traps that are threatening to turn our entrepreneurs back into employees. The debt trap, the social equity investment fund, when the New York Cannabis social equity investment was announced, it was heralded as a game changer. Governor Kathy Hochul promised a $200 million fund to help cannabis entrepreneurs in New York City get their doors open. But let's look at the math, because the math does not lie. The fund partnered with Chicago Atlantic, a private credit firm that isn't in the business of charity. While the state talked about equity, the fund managers were busy securing their own bags. Reports show that over the 12-month period, 3 fund managers earned a staggering $1.7 million in fees, even while only a handful of stores were actually open. The real kicker? The interest rates. Initial conversations promised a manageable 10% interest. But by the time Chicago Atlantic got their piece, that rate jumped up to 13% or higher for licensees. When you compare that to New York City's public-private fund, which caps rates at 9.5%, you have to ask, why is the state-sponsored social equity fund the most expensive money on the street? It's not just the interest rates, it's the lack of control under the DASNY, Dormitory Authority of the State of New York, model. Many licensees were handed turnkey dispensaries, think Smack Village LLC, but these keys came at a price often exceeding $2 million for build-outs, with little to no breakdowns of where that money went. Excuse me. This is crazy. Ooh, this is crazy. I want you to imagine being a small business owner, a trailblazer from the legacy market. forced to sign a lease and a loan for a space you didn't design, built by contractors you did not hire, for a price you can't verify. This is a loan to own scheme in its most elegant corporate form. If the licensee fails and with $2 million in debt before the first gram is sold, many are set to do what exactly that who steps in. Okay, let me repeat that. If the licensee fails with $2 million in debt before the first gram is sold, many are set up to do exactly that. Who steps in? The vultures are already circling. The housing work paradox, consolidation under the guise of advocacy. The recent dispute involving housing works is perhaps the most disappointing chapter in this saga. As the first legal recreational dispensary to open up in New York, Housing Works enjoyed a massive head start and millions in revenue. However, their recent legal maneuvers to block other social equity licensees from opening nearby using strict proximity rules reveals a troubling shift. It seems Housing Works is consolidating power, using the very regulations meant to protect small businesses to instead stifle competition from BIPOC communities. When a nonprofit with massive resources uses legal technicalities to keep a social equity applicant from opening their doors, it isn't advocacy, it's a corporate land grab. The vultures, MSO. Ever since I started, this is really like pissing me off right now. Oh my God. I wish to apologize to everyone for that little bit there. We were having technical difficulties, and I've noticed ever since I started speaking out against um, everything that's on the wrong side of history, uh, uh, my apps aren't working, things are moving slower. Subtleties. I don't know. I'm not. I don't want to be start wearing a aluminum foil and begin a conspiracy theorist or whatever. But I do now know that has this been recording the whole thing? And when I cut it, do you still see it? So do I start over the article? I don't know. This is so weird. But I will say I'm going to go ahead and continue on from a point, and we will start from there. Okay. So please forgive me, and thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate you guys. All righty. So we are getting back to the part one of um, my series, The High Cost of Equity. It's a three-part series regarding the predatory and the predatory nature of doing business in cannabis industry by professionals and organizations. The article initially is talking about, again, what's going on between um, major corporations and small businesses, and these loans that they took out and the partnerships. So please forgive me, okay? Um, let's get back to the article at hand, and thank you for your patience. We're going to talk about the vultures, MSOs, ROs, and true party interests. MSOs are multi-state operators, ROs are registered organizations, and true party interests. What they all have in common are the fact that they got the money to play. All right. So, and all of them can set agreements to undermine the generational wealth of the licensee. So we have to talk about the true party of interest, the TPI variation violations. The Practices Bureau, TPB, launched recently, is already drowning in complaints. Why? Because MSOs and ROs, large multi-state corporations, are using management agreements to effectively take over social equity licenses. These agreements are often predatory, binding uneducated or under-resourced business owners to terms that strip them of their autonomy, their generational wealth. These corporations provide the capital, but in exchange, they take the lion's share of the profit and all the decision-making power. This is a must listen for anyone who thinks equity is a finished product in New York. We are seeing illegal looting of our community's potential. The goal of these powerhouse corporations is simple. Wait for the social equity licensee to buckle under the weight of the DASNY debt, then restructure the deal to take full control. It is a game of financial attrition, and the BIPOC community is being played. A history of extraction. To understand why this is happening, we have to look at the historical context. This isn't the first time the state has watched or helped as BIPOC wealth was dismantled. Whether it was the destruction of Seneca Village to build Central Park, or the literal burning of Black Wall Street in Tulsa and Rosewood, Florida, there is a historical precedent for the assault on Black economic independence. In the cannabis industry, they aren't using torches, they're using service agreements and convertible debt. But the result is the same. The extraction of the value from our labor and our culture to line the pockets of those who never faced a single day in a precinct for this plant. The warning of enablers to the attorneys, to the consultants, and the equity advocates who are quietly facilitating these predatory deals, we see you. Enabling a loan-to-own scheme that robs a family of generational wealth for a quick consulting fee is a betrayal of the highest order. The cannabis activism New York needs right now isn't just about more licensees, it's about protecting the ones we have. It's about ensuring that a seat at the table doesn't mean being on the menu. So, summary and takeaways. As we wrap up part one of this series, let's get the facts straight. Predatory lending, the state-backed fund, is more expensive than private options, saddling equity owners with unimaginable debt. The build-out bubble, 2 million turnkey dispensaries are creating a debt-to-equity ratio that is almost impossible to overcome. Corporate vultures. MSOs are using TPI violations and predatory agreements to bypass ownership caps and extract wealth from BIPOC licensees. Historical echoes. This pattern of wealth extraction mirrors the historical destruction of BIPOC economic hubs like Seneca Village, Rosewood. This is a cautionary tale, my friends. We are being tested. In part two, we will deliver a deeper dive into the specific corporate culprits and legislative failures that allow these vultures to nest in Albany. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and most importantly, stay OG. Congratulations to Representative James Tallarico winning the Democratic primary in Texas over Jasmine Crockett. Let's see where this will lead us, excuse me. And I just want to say, remember to please subscribe, follow, like, comment, and I'm on Substack, YouTube, IG, LinkedIn, Facebook. I really look forward to having you all on the show as guests for those that want to come on. This is an all-inclusive space. But again, I hope you all got the whole gist of it. I probably will do another recording. Or now we'll just record, not do this live, okay? Because this shit happens. But I hope that going forward, I know we just go out, come back in, and everybody is safe. Just know that if that happens with the technical difficulties, just stay on and we'll be back on. And again, my apologies for missing out. That if you were really into the juiciness, I was really like thrown off by that. Especially when you're paying like $90 a month to use the platform and your internet is fine throughout the house. But this happens. There are some quirks going on right now, and people are actually going through a lot with their technical, for a lot of the influencers that are far left and moderate and promoting the world on the right side of history. And this is I see I'm kind of getting like, am I getting shadow banned and stuff? Well, I'm honored. That means I'm getting the word out. I want to, again, give a big shout out to Cherry Valley Growers. They're in Cherry Valley, New York. And this was very impressive. The Grape Stomper, it's a hybrid 50-50. I was driving all over the place helping a dear friend. And this actually kept me up. Peace and love to all the people, all the cultivators, growers, processors, bud tenders, owners. Hey, man, I know what you all are going through. Please be on for part 2 of our report that will be on tomorrow, same time. Just before, I'll actually be doing it just before our, I'm going to record it. The weed is good, y'all. The weed is good. Peace and blessings. God bless you. Remember, this is Papa Dukes. Remember to relax, relate, and release. We love you, man. We love you. God bless you.